Welcome one, welcome all to this presentation of the Pan American Games Handball Qualifiers between Team USA and Team Canada. I'll be your host for the evening, Kurt Schaefer, on live air tonight. For the first time in Team USA history, we are on network television with our partners over at KCAU 9. You can find our stream at KCAU 9 Plus or KCAU9.com. Well, it's a wonderful evening for Team Handball today. We've got a lot of storylines going on. Team Canada fell to the United States yesterday, a score of 40-18. As a reminder for those tuning in from yesterday, and as a note for everyone who didn't, the game today is a two-leg match. The first leg ending yesterday, second leg today. The ultimate score of those two games will determine which of these two teams gets to go to the Pan American Games down in Lima, Peru in 2027. We're going to have a brief introduction here on the court as the teams will exit after the training, re-enter, and then the PA announcer here will do the team read. I'll do it at the same time just to keep everything square there. Afterwards, the game will commence. Down for the United States today, I think we're going to see a lot of the same from yesterday. Coach Mark Ortega had some great times exploring some of the younger players' abilities on the court and making sure that his team that's solidifying before the 2028 Olympics is looking solid. With Drew Donlin and Domagoj Surson down in the middle on the 3 spot on defense, basically stopping any sort of attack from the Canadian side. Over for Team Canada, Colton Kuipers with an absolute barn burner of a game. Unfortunately, his team was not able to rally around him. Unfortunately for Team Canada, their captain, the man between the sticks, was injured. Did get a, we confirmed it was an Achilles tear. So he will be on the sideline. He will be on the seat today, but he will not be included in today's matchup. However, not to ring the alarm bells too early for Team Canada, his backup, Matthias Vassett, did have a very good second half of that team of that game after the injury. So we're looking all square there. Now, as the teams exit, we did want to kind of introduce you guys to some of the activities and whatnot that both teams have been doing. Team USA and Team Canada have been busy experiencing all that Siouxland has to offer during their time in town. On Thursday, teams took part in a team handball clinic at the CNOS Fieldhouse, giving athletes the opportunity to learn, compete, and connect with others in the sport. Thank you for joining Briarcliff University for this fun event. Thursday night, the teams headed to Lewis and Clark Park for a night of baseball with the Sioux City Explorers. Big thank you to the X's for a fun night at the ballpark, great promotions, and a memorable evening of baseball for our athletes and coaches. The teams also had an opportunity to experience Food Truck Fridays in downtown Sioux City. A special thank you to the downtown partners for welcoming the teams and helping showcase our downtown community, great food, and local business. From the CNOS Fieldhouse to the ballpark in downtown, we hope the teams have enjoyed getting out, having some fun, experiencing everything Sioux City and Siouxland have to offer. And a final thank you to all of our community partners who helped make this a memorable week for Team Handball here in Siouxland.
Hi, welcome to the Longlines Arena here in Sioux City, Iowa. First, I'd like to introduce Stacy Anderson, the Executive Director of Explore Siouxland.
And I'm here with Michael King, the CEO of Team USA Handball.
Thank you so much for hosting us. The Team USA versus Team Canada Pan American Games qualifier has been an unbelievable success. We've been so well treated, and the amount of work that you've done going into this has been remarkable.
Well, we absolutely love having you here. The game last night was phenomenal. If you missed, they have to show up at 3 o'clock today to watch this final game. So we've got some exciting news, though, that we're going to share about everything that's happening here.
Yeah, on top of everything else that this community has done to support us, a member of the community who's asked me to remain anonymous has offered a $5,000 matching donation for the members of the community to show their support of the U.S. men's national team and continue our path to the Olympics. So thank you to all of you who can continue to show your support in taking advantage of this tremendous grant to help continue this momentum and our support from the community.
Yeah, and this is a great opportunity for all of you watching. Please support this. It's a matching opportunity and an awesome way to showcase how great the people of Siouxland are. Thanks, everyone.
Explore Siouxland
and USA Team Handball. We are united.
Sioux City, it's been amazing. Everyone's kind and they're all cheering on the U.S., so it's been an amazing experience so far.
Sioux City's been awesome. The people here have been very welcoming. They're excited about these games, so it's just happy to be in a community that is excited to watch United States play.
I don't think we could have picked a more gracious host, and for what they've done, it's been unbelievable.
And as the teams exit, we would like to give a huge shout out to Briarcliff Physical Therapy for providing on-site medical coverage throughout the PanAm qualifiers here in Sioux City. We appreciate Briarcliff Physical Therapy for helping keep our athletes safe and healthy throughout the competition. So thank you once again for supporting Team Handball in Siouxland. Speaking of Team Handball in Siouxland, I am happy to announce to you viewers that in partnership with Briarcliff University, Team USA will be setting up the first ever varsity team handball program in the United States. We're very excited for Briarcliff University Team Handball to get underway, get some action going here, and hoping, in partnership with the GPAC, that's the Great Plains Athletic Conference, to get a full conference-wide varsity team handball. And with that said, we will now have the entrance of the teams, led by the referees for the night. Both referees, I do apologize, I did not capture their names before this, are from Denmark. So we do thank Denmark Federation as well as the International Handball Federation for making it possible to get high-quality refereeing in tonight for this Pan American Games qualifiers. In front of you this evening, donning their red home jerseys, we have Team Canada has taken the field. Team Canada looking to avenge their loss last night. Not many in the roster change. The previously mentioned injury will put Matthias Weissett between the sticks for the entirety of the night. And now as Team USA takes the field with their away kits, that's Team USA down there in white. They are led by Captain Ian Hoyter, who we will talk about a little bit later in the broadcast, looking to once again dominate their North American competition as they make hopefully a quick and easy pathway to Lima. Lima, Peru, the home of the Pan American Games. The last time the Pan American Games were in the United States was back in 1987, and that was a very special time for Team USA as America took down Cuba for the first and only major tournament gold medal that Team USA has ever been awarded in the sport of handball. Now, as the PA announcer here does the lineup announcement, I'm going to give you guys on the broadcast a lineup announcement. Starting with Team USA, we have number 21, Amar Amidovic. Number 13, Ben Liberty. Number 16, Benjamin Pedersen. Number 11, Charlie Jones. Number 15, Saba Darvis. Number 12, Cyrus Mosani. Number 25, Daniel Hunyadi. Number 17, Drew Donlin. Number 34, Domagoy Surson. Number 9, Gary Phillips. Donning the captain's band for the night, we have number 14, Ian Hoyter. Number 6, Joey Stromberg. Number 33, Sam Hodderson. And rounding out the list is number 10, Ty Reed. Team USA is led tonight by head coach Mark Ortega. Now for Team Canada, we start off with number 42, Justin Daniele. He unfortunately did experience the injury yesterday, so he will be spending the game on the bench. Number 1, his backup, Matthias Weissett. Number 24, donning the captain's band for the night, is Gabriel Bastille. Number 22, Pierre Alexandre Coyne. Number 17, Colton Kuipers. Number 43, Clement Doboj. Number 13, Andrea Louis. Number 7, Nathan Belanger. Number 9, Noah Parmeter. Number 6, Matthew Coghill. Number 77, Antoine Hull. Number 4, Nicolas Chassé. Number 3, Gabriel King. Number 21, Jackson Howden. Team Canada is head coached today by none other than Christian Latulippe. And now, as the PA announcer finishes his announcement of the lineup, we will soon do the national anthems. We will turn on the sound for that, so you'll be able to hear it on air. Afterwards, we will get straight into playing. United States is definitely thinking they're going to qualify tonight. We'll see if Canada has any tricks in their bags. However, the next official game currently scheduled for Team USA is actually going to be the IHF World's Men's Handball Championship over in Kiel, Germany, as the United States will take on Denmark in what is the highest level of competition in global handball. The United States finished in their highest position ever in the 2025 edition. That was 25th place as they competed against Poland, and I believe fell to them. I'd have to check that again in the Presidential Cup in Zagreb after the tournament. This Team USA side has improved a lot in the past 2 years, and they continue to solidify for the Olympics. Of most note, in my opinion, is the inclusion of a younger player than we usually have had in Benjamin Peterson. He'll be number 16 down there. He will be a man between the sticks. He started yesterday. We'll see if Cyrus Moseni, number 12, is going to have any other matters in the second half of this game. After last night's game, I spoke a little bit with Team USA. They're obviously very happy. And it was very fun to see, but the crowd was able to interact with the players a lot, with a lot of the younger kids getting signed autographs, signed balls, signed jerseys. I heard today that we're going to have a little bit of a halftime game here in Sioux City at the Long Lines Auditorium. We will go to commercial a little bit on that, so you guys at home won't be able to see it. But just know we've worked a lot with our partners here, Briarcliff, KCAU 9, and of course Explore Siouxland, in order to make this happen and give us the most professional handball tournament experience in North America. And as you can see on the far side, the announcements now coming in for the technical and IHF officials. I do know them personally. They're very great people. But on top of that, they are very important people making this event happen for us, making the sport happen. And here come the national anthems. The pageantry has finished up. Both teams are taking it to the bench. and we will soon begin the game. We do have live chat on our YouTube feed for everyone watching at Sioux City, Iowa, and the surrounding region. If this is your first time watching, don't worry, we'll be explaining the rules. Once again, my name is Kurt Schaefer, and on behalf of USA Team Handball, we'd like to once again thank Long Lines Auditorium, the people of Sioux City in all aspects, for allowing us to be here tonight. We're looking for a pretty flawless presentation here. For those of you who didn't catch it earlier, this is the first time in American handball history that we've been broadcast live on network television. Very happy to be a part of that. It's a wonderful experiencing representing Team USA in any capacity I can. And it's a wonderful experience bringing the sport that I love and so many others of us in this building love to you guys here in Sioux City and wherever you're watching from tonight. Team USA clearly looking loose, Team Canada looking organized. I think that's a reflection of both coaches. I get the privilege of personally knowing Coach Ortega and Coach Latulippe, and I think we're going to be in for a good one here tonight. As a final reminder before we get started, the game going on now is going to determine the Pan American Games qualifiers. And more importantly than that, the way it's going to work is the highest joint score at the end of the broadcast, or at the end of the game, will determine the winner. As Team Canada gets the ball to start, and that's Nathan Belanger there in middle. He'll go with the empty cross, trying to get it to Kuipers. Coin gets it off to Kuipers, back to Belanger. Kuipers doesn't like what he's seeing, tries to get back. Coin out. Gets it back to Kuipers. Kuipers trying to find some way through that Donlin Surson middle. He's not going to be able to do it. Bobbling in the backfield for Canada as they continue on. For those of you at home who've never seen a handball game before, when you catch the ball, you have 3 steps. That's 3 steps, not 2, to go wherever you want. You may then dribble the ball. You can't do basketball-type dribbles or handles or anything like that. Instead, you have 3 steps, a up and down dribble, kind of like 60s basketball if you're a fan or familiar of it. Afterwards, you can then take 3 more steps, at which point you must either shoot the ball or pass the ball. USA now in the attack. Captain Ian Hoyter currently in the center back role, that's the middle. Synonymous, for those of you at home, to a point guard from basketball. The center back determines the flow of the game. There's the maestro for the offense. Over on left back, we have Benjamin Liberty, and right back is Joey Stromberg. Benjamin Liberty is left back is more of a attacking-minded position. It's going to be the highest, and there's the first on the board from the left wing. Samuel Hodderson gets Team USA up 1. Kuipers now back to Belanger, looking for an attack, trying to set something up. You can hear from here, Team Canada is discussing their plans. Team Canada is known for moving around a lot in the backfield, moving their wings as much as they can, trying to get something set. The midfield duo on defense of Domagoj Surson and Drew Donlin has been impossible for any North American competition to break through. However, on offense, you may notice that Surson subs out for Hoyter. And Team USA bobbles the ball there. Instead, it'll be Canada's possession. Once again, Belanger trying to break through on the wing, and he doesn't get there in time. That's a save for Benji Pitterson, the young addition to the team. Hoyter now up to Liberty. Liberty tries to go on, passes now. Hodderson, jump shot, and the referee says that'll be on the line. For those of you at home, I might be able to make it out. There is a large, solid blue semicircle around the goal. That is the crease. The only player allowed inside the crease is the goalie. You may jump over the crease on offense, but you must release the ball before you land. Any defender who defends within the crease or runs through the crease immediately causes a 7-meter throw, similar to a penalty shot in soccer. Belanger over to Coin. They're going for the wing movement. Their pivot got some action down there. They get to their wing. They wanted that, and that'll be on the board for Team Canada. As number 24 shoots that one through, I think that's Gabriel Bastille, yes. And Canada once again comes away with a defensive stop, and the pivot will pass it back to Belanger. The pivot position down there is similar to the center in basketball. His job is to be a bit of offensive defense. You'll often see teams will set up their attack in order to position their pivot nearest to where their attack's going to be, or if they're trying to be tricky, they'll position their pivot away from the attack to draw more defenders. Kuipers tries to break through with a backward shot, doesn't get it across. Foul for Team Canada. How do fouls work, you may ask? Similar to basketball, a foul is a simple reset. However, not similar to basketball, there is no bonus. So there's no need for any sort of worry or anything when I say foul for the most part. If it's an egregious foul, there are other rules, but a regular reset foul is a very common occurrence in handball. And Hoyter tries to get that off, but he doesn't. And Benjamin Peterson saves the day for the U.S. The ball went out the side off of an American player, so it'll be a throw-in for Canada. As the captain for the evening, Bastille will throw it in. Canada now on the attack. They're going for a slow setup here. No momentum at this point. Colton Kuipers, the man to watch for Canada, number 17, sitting at left back. And he'll go for a pivot cross in. That's number 3, Gabriel King. He's Team Canada's starting pivot for the evening, has been for the entirety of this tournament. As Benjamin Liberty tries to find Donlin, doesn't do it. Kuipers now finding Bastille on a breakaway. Bastille behind the back, pass to Belanger. Belanger trips, gets it back to Bastille, who gets the shot, but it's saved. Another save in the books for Pedersen. Liberty now starting the attack. Hoyter out left. Joey Stromberg reprising his role at right back. In handball, you want your right back and your right wing to be left-handed and vice versa for the left. So Joey Stromberg has nearly the entirety of his game he'll spend out there. Teams with right backs will sometimes swap them into the center back role. Not usually going to do that unless the player is either extremely skilled, as Joey Stromberg is, or if you have a large number of left-handed players. Kuipers now starting the attack. Kuipers out to Coyne, goes back. Team Canada in no rush to start this attack. Hoyter creasing forwards to try to pressure Coyne. It's not going to be needed. Belanger tries to do it. Hoyter almost gets the interception. Coyne back to Belanger, and he'll be wrapped up by Donlin. Belanger now out to Kuipers. The referee has raised his hand, signaling a passive, and Pierre-Alexandre Coyne on the board for Canada. You may wonder what that was. Passive. There is no shot clock in handball. If the referees determine that a player or a team is time wasting, they will raise their hand, at which point passive has been called. You have 5 passes after passive to shoot the ball. You can only hold the ball as a player for 3 seconds without dribbling. Even if you're taking steps, you must dribble. Donlin now on a pivot cross. Hoyter to Donlin. Donlin jump shot. Donlin jump goal. Drew Donlin, he's been called Captain America. Doesn't have the captain band tonight. Is a graduate of the U.S. Air Force Academy. We'd like to give a warm welcome, if he's in attendance online tonight, to Mike Kavanaugh, the U.S. Air Force coach. Been a institution in the sport of team handball here in the United States for decades at this point. Thank you, Coach, for everything you've done. Team Canada on the attack now after a save by Vissette. Kuipers tries to go around, doesn't get it in time. Referee calls that as a foul. That's referee's determination whether or not it's going to be a foul or not. In some instances, referee will let that one go through as a continuation and then award a foul after the shot. Coyne now in the backfield. Belanger out to Kuipers. All around the back. Belanger calls the empty cross. He gets it. America's defense swamps on Kuipers, and that'll be a yellow card for number 6. That's Joey Stromberg. Gets his yellow for the evening. In handball, you can be awarded a yellow or a 2-minute, depending on the referee's intuition. A yellow card is similar to in soccer. However, you must get 3 for a red. Same with a 2-minute. You must get 3 2-minutes in order to get a red card. A 2-minute foul, similar to hockey, you have to exit the field for 2 minutes, and in that time, your player will play down a man. And Team Canada gets an interception on the U.S. and then throws it out of bounds. Nothing doing for either team on that side as Pedersen comes out to take the throw in. Now Benjamin Liberty in the center back role. Usually on our broadcasts, I will have the live commentary up. However, tonight, I'm going to be going a little blind on that. So for all of us watching on YouTube, thank you guys for tuning in. Go ahead and drop in the chat where you guys are from. I'd love to hear that, love to see that. And for all of you watching around Siouxland, if you like what you see, go ahead and get in touch with USA Team Handball. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and on the web. And we can help bring handball to Siouxland, establish it here. It would be a wonderful time. We've enjoyed working with everyone we've worked through so far. If you want to be included in that, go ahead and drop us an email, drop us a message. Kuipers now, swallowed by Donlin. Kuipers, back again, out to Coyne. Coyne tries to break through, he gets through. Goal for Team Canada. And Canada takes their first lead of the evening. And if I'm not mistaken, I know I'm not, the first lead of this competition. Team Canada coming out with a barnstorm and a very solid defense. We'll see how Team USA responds to that. Hoyter now, the captain, in CB, swaps out Donlin with the cross. Liberty now in CB. Hoyter from the left. Liberty tries to go through, and he'll be wrapped up for a reset foul. If you get a foul within the dashed lines, that's the 9 line, you are rewarded a 9, which means you simply get to start from the 9. That way you can't foul directly on the 6 and just get an easy shot in. And the referee calls a timeout. And the referee will point to the court official who will come out and wipe it up a little bit there. Well, during this time, we would like to take a moment to recognize and thank Sioux City Parks and Recreation and OVG for all their hard work in preparing and maintaining this facility throughout the week for Pan American Qualifiers. Special thank you goes to Kim Johnson and her entire crew at Sioux City Parks and Rec for their dedication, flexibility, and behind-the-scenes work to help make this event a success. From preparing the facility, making sure everything is ready for the athletes, the coaches, and the fans, their efforts have played an important role in making this event possible. So thank you once again to Kim for all you do for our community and to help make Team Handball have a great experience here in Siouxland. Liberty restarts the attack. You can see Team Canada's creeping up on defense. Liberty out to Hoyter. Hoyter tries to find space, doesn't see what he likes. Goes all the way out. Ty Reed on the wing, and Ty Reed tries to get past Vicette, not able to do so there. A diving attempt at a spin shot. Unfortunately, Vicette's leg was in the way, and Surson will stop that attack. Team Canada going for the reset. They'll sub Coyne in. Kuipers, Belanger, and Coyne is the backfield we've seen for the entirety of this so far. All three of these guys played against the United States over in the Quad Cities, Bettendorf, during the NACHC Senior Men's Championship earlier in May of this year. The event you're currently watching, a little bit of history. This is the 4th time ever in Iowa's history that the great sport of team handball has been played in an organized manner. The first time was back in the 1980s when USA Team Handball came to town for I believe what was a men's tryouts. And then over the past 2 years, USA Team Handball has had our club national championship tournament in the Quad Cities, Bettendorf, Iowa. I think we were over at TVK. I was there for both of those. They're great events. A lot of fun. We've seen a lot of growth in the sport over the past few years, especially in the women's side, with this year a record for any national championship tournament ever for handball in the U.S. 11 women's teams came to town to Quad Cities. And the USA gets away from that one off of a save from Peterson. Liberty goes down to Stromberg. Joey Stromberg on the board for the U.S. Threw that defense like butter. You may think he's a little quiet, but he knows what to do when the time comes. Team USA takes the lead back from Canada. Team Canada now in the backfield. They're in discussion, positioning their pivot where they want him. They often put him down in that spot between the 2 and 3 closer to us, trying to give Kuipers an option. Stromberg now out to Liberty. Liberty gets the catch. Athletic catch right there, and he goes down to Ty Reed. Ty Reed, oh, and it's another save by Vicette. Ty Reed unable to break through. He had quite a couple yesterday, not able to do so far today. As Matthias Vicette, the backup between the sticks for Canada, is having a wonderful match this evening. He's certainly a big reason Team Canada is in this one right now. Kuipers. Now at center back. Pivot cross. They circle through. Belanger back the middle. Belanger tries to go through, and he's not able to get past. Looks like Hanyadi down there now for the U.S. Strong defense. Hanyadi usually plays pivot on offense. We haven't seen him there today. He is subbed in right now for Donlin for that 3. How does handball defense work? Well, I'm glad you guys asked. On defense, there are obviously 6 outfield players. The 2 in the middle are called the 3. The 2, not on the entire extremes, but the 2 outside of those guys are called the 2s. And for all of you mathematically gifted out there, you probably already figured out, the extreme defense players are called the 1s. Pedersen collects that one, gets it down to Tyree. Tyree jump shot, and that'll go. Tyree, very famously, famous within USA Team handball circles, was a football player. You may know what a quarterback is. Quarterback for the University of Alabama before finding the Auburn residency program, transferring over across enemy lines, and getting involved in Team USA a little while ago. It's been a couple of years, but he's been a mainstay in this U.S. program for quite a while as a new, soon-to-be mainstay for the program. Gary Phillips checks in. He's number 9 down there at center back right now. Gary Phillips, famous in his own right in American handball circles, came out of the U.S. Army West Point program after winning Player of the Year, I believe twice in a row, dominating in a 4 straight college national championship wins for U.S. Army West Point. I believe they're currently at 19 straight in college. So very developed program, very dominant program at the men's elite level, or sorry, men's Division I level. Now Team Canada with a new look as number 13, Andrea Louis, comes in at center back. He goes around the world, tries to find the right, and he is not able to get past. That's number 9, Noah Palmeter took that shot. Pedersen to save. Gary Phillips now looks long to Liberty. Liberty goes out to Hodderson, gets it, doesn't see anything to do, goes one-on-one against Coyne, gets it to go. That'll be another goal for Team USA, 9-4, comfortable lead for the American side. And that'll be a timeout by Coach Latulippe as Team Canada calls for the first break of the evening. We're going to take a brief moment to hear from Team USA about what it's like to play against Canada.
You know, USA versus Canada is a huge game for us, and the importance of the PanAm Games specifically is to qualify for the Olympics.
Very fast-paced, physical game. We're going to run. It's going to be fun. It's going to be something that the people of Sioux City hasn't seen before. So just to bring that here to this court and get able to compete in front of the fans, that's going to be awesome.
I think we should expect total domination from the U.S. side. That's my honest opinion, so we'll see how that goes.
And as the timeout ends, the referees blow their whistle, and we will go ahead and get right back to the action. I took a look at the chat. I see call-outs from Team Canada over in Edmonton, South Carolina, Stockholm, Sweden. Handball, very famously an international sport. We're trying to do everything we can at Team USA, at USA Team Handball, to grow it here. For those of you at home and on the Siouxland broadcast, handball is biggest and most professionalized in Europe, where every European country has a professional league, I believe with the exception of the British Isles and all the countries out there. Biggest, most popular, best league in terms of the quality, I think they would say at least, is the German league, Bundesliga Handball, followed closely by, in no particular order, the French league, the Spanish league, and all of the Scandinavian countries with very elite handball programs and handball leagues. And that shot will go wide. And U.S. now starts their attack. Gary Phillips with the ball, goes to Ben Liberty. Hoyter over there in left back. He's deadly from anywhere, but especially from left back. Gary Phillips cycles with Liberty on an empty cross. Hoyter elects to try to shoot, doesn't quite get it. Back to Hoyter. Hoyter, jump shot through, and oh, and it's off one woodwork into the net. Nothing Visette could do about that one. Team USA 10-4, affirmative on Canada. And just like that, Team Canada with their own response. From the wing is number 4, Nicolas Chassé. Hoyter out to Phillips. He thought he saw a hole, sided against it. Out to Liberty on the left. Team USA now taking their own time. Pivot cross with Donlin. Go back to Phillips. Liberty in the CB roll, tries to move in. Tries to find something. Ball's dished down to Hodderson. Hodderson, wing shot, wing goal. Team USA doing everything they can here to solidify their spot at the Pan American Games. As a brief reminder, the next game, not this game, the next game will be the first game for Team USA, for USA Team Handball, at the 2027 World Men's Handball Championship over in Kiel, Germany, as they take on Denmark, the current world champion, and dare I say, as a slightly informed handball enthusiast, to say the least, the greatest team in the world right now. So be on deck for that. If you like what you see, go ahead and tune in for that in January. It'll certainly be a very electric tournament. As the referees don't like what they see, they decide to give Team Canada a passive, but they give the ball back. Kuipers tries to go for a standing shot, and a little bit too hard a defense by Donlin. Number 17 is going to have to take a seat for count them, 2 minutes. And that'll be the first 2 of the night for either side. I guess it's probably worth explaining a little bit of what a 2-minute is. So an egregious foul or an aggressive foul in handball can often be given a 2-minute instead of a yellow. That makes the player have to step off the court, and the team does not get a player for the 2-minute duration. If you get 3 of them, as I mentioned earlier, you are suspended from the game as a player. However, unlike in soccer, if a player is given a red card for any reason, it's a 2-minute. However, the team can go back to full after that 2-minute, just not with the same player. Number 13, Andrea Louis in the center back role. He tries to go down into a pivot. Kuipers gets the pass, and Tyree gets the defense. And Tyree having some words with the referee. Referee is saying, hey, a little too harsh. Team Canada awarded a 7 to be taken by Pierre-Alexandre Coyne. And goal for Team Canada. Now you might be wondering, what just happened there? Well, simple. Ty Reed played hard defense, yes. I would have called that as a regular foul. However, he did something, the cardinal rule of handball. He stepped inside the crease while playing defense. As I mentioned earlier, that is an immediate 7. So a 7-meter shot was taken, Coyne scored, play continues. However, it was not a 2-minute. Ty Reed can still be on the court. Now in at center back for the U.S. is number 15, Saba Darvis. Saba, a member of the Florida residency program. We'd like to thank our partners in St. Lucie, Florida, for allowing us to set up a residency program to attract American athletes from around the country in order to go learn and play handball with dreams and aspirations of Team USA or of Europe. Are you an athlete listening to this and you want a bit of action, possibly getting your way to the national team? Well, a route to the national team exists. You can go ahead and reach out to us and participate in any of our tryouts going on throughout September, October, all the way up a couple more months here, or possibly join the Florida residency program. You can find that on Instagram, Facebook, and through our website. And Canada lowering it to 6-12 now. 6-point lead for this American side. Darvis out at left, Hoyter in the middle, Phillips down at right. Yachty now in at pivot, will take a pivot cross, cycles Darvis into the middle. Darvis with the fake pass, jump shot, and that'll be saved by Vicette. Yachty gets the rebound though, tries to get the shot through, and a bit too hard a defense from Canada, and that'll be an America ball. That'll be just a regular 9 reset foul. Darvis now with the ball, Team USA in no hurry. Darvis goes to Phillips. They're surveying the field, setting up their offense. Yachty has moved down to be near Phillips. It looks like he's going to go for the cross. Yachty, double cross to the left back, down to the pivot, and the ball is bobbled. Canada possession. Team Canada now on the run. 1-2, jump off the wrong foot, but he gets it anyways. Well, if I don't say so myself, that's a pretty athletic goal by number 43, Clement de Bouge, as he jumped off the wrong foot, or weak foot, I should say. A weak foot jump followed with a little trickery in the air there, got past Pedersen. Gary Phillips immediately follows it up with a goal. Team Canada now. In the middle is Louis. Domagoy Surson popping out, trying to disrupt the Canadian attack. Most teams, most of the time, play in a flat 6-0 defense. However, if you see one of the threes step out, or any player step out to harass the center back, it's called a 5-1. You'll see that, or you'll see man marking on the left back quite commonly, especially on these higher level games. As Gary Phillips tries to get that one interception, doesn't do it. And the Canadian shot just goes over. Underneath Pedersen, over the goal. Team USA will be happy with that. Phillips now with the ball goes to Darvis as Team USA looks to set up another attack. We'd like to take a moment to thank Briarcliff Physical Therapy for providing on-site medical coverage throughout the Pan Am qualifiers. We appreciate Briarcliff Physical Therapy for help keeping our athletes safe and healthy throughout this competition. So thank you guys once again for supporting Team Handball in Siouxland. And that'll be a Phillips goal off the side. Canada now on the attack. They'll cycle in some offensive players. They're going with a pretty typical for Canada. They like to have a completely different set for offense and defense. The U.S. does it a little bit. The biggest one being Domagoy Surson. He'll come on defense, come off on offense. But Team Canada does seem, at least in my experience, to cycle through quite a bit more. Canada now down, and that'll be a charge. If the defender is set and the attacker runs into him, much like basketball, that'll be a charge. From the left wing, from the right wing. I know my left and right, I promise. That's a shot by American number 11, Charlie Jones, another Florida residency member. And Team Canada comes away from that one scot-free. Clement de Bouge down at the left spot. We've got Andrea Louis in the middle. And up top right now is Noah Parmentier. And Team Canada sends that one through wide. Benji Pedersen to collect the ball. He'll start the attack. USA now looking. Gary Phillips tries to get through, isn't able to do it. Hoyter now at the ball. And that'll be a timeout from Coach Ortega. And during this timeout, we're going to hear a little bit from the guys about what the Pan American qualifiers mean and what Pan American Games mean for them.
Pan Am Games are important because that's more international. We get to compete on a higher level playing handball, and it's also the qualifiers for the Olympics.
It's a building block and progression. We're just trying to be a better team as a country, represent the United States the best we can, and getting to qualify and play in those games is the step in the right direction in order to compete with Europe and those big clubs over there.
And the importance of the Pan Am Games specifically is to qualify for the Olympics.
And as the timeout gets closer to a close, the referees will whistle. We'd like to give a huge thank you to the gentlemen of Briarcliff University's athletics department, not only for the aforementioned varsity squad work, but also for actually assisting me in this production. We have a graduate assistant down manning the camera and the scoreboard operator as well. So thank you guys for helping to make this happen. It's been a great presentation here so far. I've really enjoyed getting to know the people of Sioux City, Iowa, and greater Siouxland region. It looks like the referees are going to blow this one live here any second now. And there we go. America now from the back. That's Saba Darvis at center back. America playing a very deep attack, not giving Canada any chance for an interception. I see Belanger pressuring Hoyter up there at the top of your screen. As Darvis tries to go through, he'll get a foul for his efforts. Pagnotti restarts. Darvis out to Hoyter. Hoyter's going to call for the empty cross. A little bit of disruption by Kuipers there. Hoyter goes across, jumps, and isn't able to get the shot. But he is able to get the foul. Good move by the U.S., better move by Team Canada. So I hope America can break through here on this one. Darvis now out to Hoyter. Hoyter back to Darvis. Darvis makes his set, goes wide, and he gets it. Cuts through the defense between the 2 and 3 slot. Easy work for Darvis. Kuipers now retorts and does. A great sequence of scoring here, as once again, Darvis starts the attack. Benjamin Pedersen unable to keep that one out from Kuipers. Kuipers pretty unanimously the highest scorer for this Canadian team and the focus of this American defense. Hoyter now trying to break through past Belanger, isn't able to get it, does it down to Darvis. Darvis gets a foul. Ball goes, referee blows the whistle, and I'll have a discussion over on the sideline. Looks like he'll just checking some things with the table officials. I hear a clap from someone, and the ball will reset. Ball is live, Team USA in no hurry to start this attack. No worries from this American offense either. Scores 15-9, 6-point lead. Definitely surmountable from Team Canada. However, as a reminder, the outcome from yesterday's game was 40-18. So Team Canada would have to win this by more than 22 points to upset the United States and make their way to Lima. And the referee will call that one dead. Might wonder why, for all you guys who are at home and maybe watching handball for the first time. Once a goal is given to an attacking team, the team with the ball or the team starting again has to be fully either on or behind that middle line once the ball is restarted from the center. And as the crowd is starting to start the chance of Team USA or USA, Team Canada is going to have to deal with crowd pressure for what I believe is one of the first times for this squad. There's definitely a large crowd at Quad Cities for the NACHC Senior Men's Championship. However, I'll go ahead and say it. This has been a much louder crowd than we had over there in the Quad Cities. So always happy to see that. Neither of these teams have a particular history of having home team support. As Surson steps out, disrupts the pass from Coyne, and Charlie Davis gets that one. And Saba Darvis will restart. Pedersen coming out to provide some pass support. Darvis now from the middle. And as we had a little bit of technical difficulties there for a second, all is well in the box. As the U.S. goes through once again for a foul. Hanyadi restarts. Darvis to Phillips. Phillips back to Darvis, behind the back, and past the goal, unfortunately, for the Americans. Belanger now back, reprising his role at center back. Out to Kuipers. Kuipers bobbles the ball. America recovers. And Hanyadi will start this one. Sava Darvis gets it to Phillips. Phillips, jump shot, jump goal. Gary Phillips. With an electric through the defense goal there. Kuipers. Belanger and Kuipers having some discussion, setting up for a bit of an empty cross there, if you want to call it that, just repositioning really. And from the looks of things, Sava Darvis is pressuring the right back a little bit too hard for their tastes. As Coyne recovers, gets it down to the wing shot, and that'll be called over the line. I saw it from up here. I'm happy the referee saw it. The Canadian winger stepped on the line before taking his jump. That's going to be no goal. Hoyter down to Darvis. Darvis shot, and that'll go. Yes. Not off the woodwork, as you may have seen on screen. Actually went under the woodwork, hit the back of the goal, and popped back out. Good goal. Coyne now back at right back. Goes out to Belanger, who's going to find Kuipers. Number 9 in right now. Noah Parmentier down there at pivot. And Colton Kuiper's jump shot, and a little too early on the release. That one's going to go high. Pedersen. Back to Stromberg. Down to Phillips. Apologies, that's Darvis. Sava and Joey kind of look the same from up here somewhat. I can't quite catch the numbers every time. Phillips. Phillips out to Darvis. Darvis through the defense. Darvis through the defense. Gets the goal. Ball now to Coyne. Out to Belanger. Out to Kuipers. Kuipers behind the back pass to the wing. And it'll be too wide. Excellent bit of team play there from Canada. Unfortunately, the ball went out. And that'll be a timeout. End of half. Apologies on that. End of half. And at the end of one, the United States leads Team Canada 19-9. Well, we'll have a couple brief commercials from around Sioux City, and then we'll talk a little bit about what we just saw.
3 states, 1 destination, Siouxland Trail System. Come bike with me.
When I started with the Parks and Recreation Department 12 years ago, we had 17 miles of trail. Today we have over 40 miles of trail. So we've come a long way with our trail system. At one point, Sioux City was the largest city in Iowa not to connect to another Iowa city. And now we connect to Sergeant Bluff, Iowa, we connect to Hinton, Iowa, Nebraska, and now South Dakota. It's been fantastic to see 40 miles of trail in Sioux City connect to over 10 miles of trail in Dakota Dunes, and people can go all the way out to Adams Nature Preserve on this existing trail system. You can go all the way out to the Railroad Museum, Riverside Park, and you're connecting to other parks along the way. So not only can you enjoy the trails, you can enjoy the parks themselves and make a whole day of it if you want to.
Come with me and let's explore Siouxland. Today we're at Sioux City's riverfront. Enjoy!
Popular thing about the riverfront, there's a little bit of something for everybody, whether they're coming to look at our Freedom Rock. We got 2 basketball courts, we have 4 shelters of all shapes and sizes. We have an active rec lawn, a splash pad, playground, an event lawn, plus our main trail that goes through the riverfront, goes right through this particular part of the riverfront. Our splash pad has been a very popular addition to the park. People can come down here at all times of the day, heat of the day or even at night. So we built a playground into the hillside, and it's elevated. People can slide down from the top of the hill and go to the bottom of the hill. Also behind me is our event lawn, but when it's not being used for an event, it's just open space for recreation. This is a popular place for families to come. You see them come together and enjoy nature, enjoy the river, enjoy the park and the weather.
Today we are at Cone Park. Come with me, let's explore Siouxland.
Cone Park is the pride and joy of our Parks and Recreation Department. It started as a winter aspiration, and it's grew to so much more. The summer months now include 10.5 miles of mountain bike trails, and it's been a huge draw for not only people of Sioux City, but for the surrounding areas and even the region. So one of the highlights of Cone Park is our pump track, and this is a very unique facility. People use their mountain bikes and their momentum to go up and down all the moguls. So the newest addition to Cone Park is our destination patio. This is our first summer being open as the patio. It's great to see this addition to Cone Park. In the background, we have our splash pad. That's open from the hours of 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. And the best thing about everything at Cone Park in the summer, it is free and open to the public.
Hi, welcome to the Long Lines Arena here in Sioux City, Iowa. First, I'd like to introduce Stacy Anderson, the Executive Director of Explore Siouxland.
And I'm here with Michael King, the CEO of Team USA Handball.
Thank you so much for hosting us. The Team USA versus Team Canada PanAm Games Qualifier has been an unbelievable success. We've been so well treated, and the amount of work that you've done going into this has been remarkable.
Well, we absolutely love having you here. The game last night was phenomenal. If you missed, they have to show up at 3 o'clock today to watch this final game. So we've got some exciting news, though, that we're going to share about everything that's happening here.
Yeah, on top of everything else that this community has done to support us, a member of the community who's asked me to remain anonymous has offered a $5,000 matching donation for the members of the community to show their support of the U.S. men's national team and continue our path to the Olympics. So thank you to all of you who can continue to show your support. in taking advantage of this tremendous grant to help continue this momentum and our support from the community.
Yeah, and this is a great opportunity for all of you watching. Please support this. It's a matching opportunity and an awesome way to showcase how great the people of Siouxland are. Thanks, everyone.
Explore Siouxland
And USA Team Handball.
We are united.
Well, I can say it's been a pleasure and an honor to be the voice of USA Team Handball for a couple months now. I've been able to travel around the country and see this team as well as all of our club and college teams from around the country playing handball for the better part of 5 years now. And, you know, as that Olympic journey continues for many of these athletes and for many of the other athletes in our other programs, the women's division, the wheelchair division, both hunting for qualifications, hunting for trophies in their own right. It's certainly something, right? I think every athlete in the country wants to don the badge, right? Every athlete in the country wants to be on Team USA in one respect or another. Being the commentator is not being an athlete, and you know, the things these guys go through, it's a lot. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of very hard work. I was actually able to speak with a member of the 1988 Olympic squad early in July of this year, and he said, you know, it takes dedication more than anything. You don't really get a reset. You know, you don't get a break for the better part of 4 years. So I'd like to take this time to let the guys themselves talk a little bit about what it's like to represent Team USA.
Even the first 3 days here, being able to go to all the schools and, you know, do clinics, and then, you know, the expectation of having a home crowd and hearing the USA chant is amazing.
It's a great experience. We're not really used to playing any place other than Europe, so it's a bit of a change, but it's pretty awesome so far.
It's fun. I mean, it's definitely a change of pace because I'm used to going overseas in order to play, but getting to play on like home soil and get to represent here is definitely exciting.
And that's some words from Coach Ortega as well as Benjamin and Gary on just how special it is to represent Team USA. But in the meantime, let's introduce some of the team, shall we? Your captain for the night, Ian Hoyter. He's a 28-year-old. For professional level, he plays over in Denmark, plays for HSG Nordhorn-Lingen. Spent 8 years on the U.S. men's team, and he's put up quite a number of goals tonight, been a huge contribution on the attack, but he actually started his handball journey of all things as a goalie. I think we're pretty happy that he's transitioned over to being a center back, being a left back, and probably more than anything, the guy who's happiest about that is the young guy on the team, Benjamin Peterson. Benji plays over in Finland for the Riihimäen Cox, and he's actually only in his second year representing the USA Team Handball. First year on the adult team, and he's done a great job so far. He uses his legs a lot, as you'll notice. He got a couple saves earlier in the match that I thought were pretty special. However, more than anything, man, I'd like to highlight right now, I mentioned him earlier, but Andrew Donlin, pivot, currently plays for LA Team Handball. He spent 10 years on the U.S. men's team, and he's had quite the journey, actually finding handball as a 19-year-old at the U.S. Air Force Academy under the tutelage of Mike Kavanaugh. He's been a mainstay in the community. He's been the face of the community here in the United States on the domestic side for a very long time. Great guy. I've got to meet him quite a few times at this point. And him together with Domagoy Surson make an almost unbeatable backside front half defense on them. But with that said, if you guys are interested, I know a lot of people are hopefully tuning in from this, from the KCAU 9 broadcast. If you want to get yourself involved into handball in the United States, it's actually relatively easy to do. All you have to do is reach out to us. Once again, you can reach us on Facebook, Instagram, or through email on our website. We would love to help you guys on your handball journey, whether it's as a player, a administrator, a coach, anything of the likes. And it looks like they're now going through with a bit of a t-shirt toss. I know we had a couple t-shirts we brought in for this event. We're going to go into a brief media break for a second, and we'll come back when the action's restarting. All right, and as we get to the end of that halftime break, I want to talk a little bit about what I think we're going to see here in the second half. Obviously, we've seen Team Canada cycle through a lot on both offense and defense. I think that Coach Latulip is probably doing everything he can to get a lot of these new guys more experience, see how players are interacting with each other, and kind of build that team. I don't want to say that the bell is rung. I don't want to say that it's over, but for the most part, I think this Team Canada side understands that they're probably not going to walk away from this one qualifying. And so with that, the next objective is, put together the best team for the next match. I would be very interested to see if they start calling a couple more experimental plays or trying to move a little bit more from their wings. Something I saw a lot at the NACHC, I keep saying qualifiers. A lot of things that I saw at the NACHC Senior Men's Championship was cycling through with their wings. So the wing will actually come up around the back, grab the ball, let the back get a reset so that he can take more dribbles or throws and whatnot, and then go back in. And what that does is it'll actually pull the one defender, that extreme defender, forwards, because if he doesn't, then you've got two guys marked up against the two and the potential for a third if the center back crashes. So that very small motion is something I saw a lot of at the men's senior championships. This Canadian side very notoriously, not notoriously, well, they subbed a lot of guys out from that last roster. So I know that a lot of these guys are a little younger, have a little less experience. So I do think that that's what you're going to see out of Team Canada. Out of Team USA, Coach Ortega doesn't really mess around like that. But there are a few roster changes this time around to allow some of the guys from that aforementioned Florida residency program to get some minutes for Team USA. Some of the top performers, I talked with the coach. He's really appreciated and really loving what's going on down there. He's seeing a lot of improvement from some of, if not most, if not all, of the players at the residency program. And I know he brought at least 3 of those guys out here today. That's going to be Charlie Jones is a member of the residency program. Cyrus Massani, we haven't seen him yet today. He's the backup goalie for the U.S. And then Saba Darvis, who's, in my opinion, he's definitely held his own. I would be very surprised if the U.S. goes with a apologies about that. I got a little distracted. I would be very surprised if the U.S. goes with a weaker set or a less experienced set for the entirety of the game. That's not really Coach Ortega's style. He's a big proponent of seeing the game all the way through. I would not be surprised, however, if you see Cyrus come on between the sticks, if you see Saba playing almost the entirety of this one, and of course, if you see Charlie Jones getting out there on wing a little bit more, maybe even some back play. I think tactically, the U.S. doesn't have too much to worry about. Team Canada, you can kind of tell it from up here. Maybe you can see on stream. They're a couple inches shorter, maybe a step or two behind where the U.S. is, but both these teams are deadly. I want to be clear, all right? There is absolutely nothing to indicate that this Canada team can't turn it back on. However, they go through Kuipers a lot. I don't really think that Kuipers is going to have it in him to do it all his own. And looks like Team USA has taken the floor. They'll start the half. Oops, Pan-American Games back on. And now we wait on the referee's whistle before the half begins. And the customary hand gesture tap is going to have the guys restart here. Ben Liberty at backfield. I see Amara Midovic has come in at the left back spot. Drew Donlin playing offense as well. And Midovic, immediate impact there. Make sure the sound's on for the court so you guys can hear it, not just me talking. Pierre Coyne is going to be wrapped up there by Midovic. Regular reset foul. Coyne now. Back to Belanger. Goes, nope, doesn't go out to Kuipers. Back to Coyne. Interplay between the center and the right. There's Kuipers now. They're going to go for the empty cross set. Kuipers in the middle. Squares up against Donlin. Tries to go around. Tries to get it behind the back pass. Intercepted by Ty Reed. Ty Reed alone. Ty Reed 1 on now. 1-2. Jump shot. Goal. Ty Reed on a nice breakaway there. Coyne tried to challenge it. Wasn't able to get in front of him for long enough. Now Canada resets this one again. Kuipers around. Goes to the wing. Jump. And no, says Pedersen. Amidovic now starting the attack. Stromberg in the middle. Amidovic goes back to Stromberg. Goes down. Tries to find Liberty. Does. Liberty wrapped up. No. That's a live play. No foul. Amidovic calls to calm the game down. Liberty will start this attack. Amara Midovic himself, a newcomer to the U.S. team from that NACHC qualifier, but not a member of the Florida residency program. He has made his way into the national team through other ways. Coyne now, Belanger. Belanger tries to go through 3, gets past Donlin, but not through 2. And the referee will blow that one dead. And the referee is having some words with the American defense. Donlin definitely plays hard. As Surson now checks in. That's that Donlin-Surson midfield we talked about a lot. Essentially unbreakable by anybody in North America. Belanger out to Kuipers. They go for the empty cross set. Get Kuipers the ball. He'll pass it back to Belanger. Tries to break through. Not able to do it. Nothing doing there. Regular reset. Surson marking up against Belanger. We'll see if he gives him more space. He does. Coyne now, marked by Midovic. Belanger back to Kuipers, down to Coyne. Coyne wrapped up. No, just pushed off. Kuipers. Belanger. Belanger tries to get through and stopped. Benji Pedersen said at the halftime he likes stopping with his feet. Stops there. Great save. 21 down to the ring. Ty Reed. Ty Reed dribbles and gets the one-on-one with the goalie. Gets the goal to go. Ty Reed with a great single-man effort there. Very athletic goal. Athletic, acrobatic. Belanger goes to the pivot. Back to Coyne. Coyne can't break through. Picked up by Donlin. Kuipers out to Belanger. Back to Coyne. Coyne calls for the cross, gives the cross. Out wide, Kuipers. Can't jump through, Belanger can, and it's off the woodwork. Recovered by Canada on the wing, and it's past Peterson. Great recovery goal by the Canadian winger. That's going to be Matthew Coghill. He's getting in some minutes now. And Amidovic, immediate response. Statue of Liberty, jump shot play. Coin, pulled down by Amidovic, and Amidovic will get a 2-minute for his efforts. And Amidovic will have to sit for that one. U.S. goes down to 5 on defense. We'll see if they keep Donlin and Surson in or if they go for a wider set. No immediate change. Can Canada stop the bleeding? Score sits at USA 23, Team Canada 10. And Pedersen stops that one. Hodderson now. He's back in wing. Liberty comes out. USA showing no signs of slowing down here. Stromberg, Reed. Stromberg goes wide, all the way out to Darvis. Liberty is man-marked by Belanger, goes for the pivot cross, Donlin with it. Donlin popped it to Stromberg. Stromberg finds Liberty. Liberty has a one-on-one. He's wrapped up as the defender gets there fast for the 2-on-1. Liberty down to Darvis, tries to dish it, and Donlin unable to connect on that one. Canada ball. Kuipers goes down to the wing, and the steal tries to sneak it in. Just is not able to connect. That shot goes wide. America comes out of that one. Darvis now to start the attack. And Liberty will come on. Liberty now. Donlin. Darvis. Team Canada is pressuring hard on defense. You can see they're coming up all the way, nearly man-marking the players. It's causing some disruption. And Tyree sends that one just a little wide. And now Vicette will start that one, give the ball to Coyne. Same Canadian attack we've seen for the start of this game is in now. Belanger. Now Surson back in, America back to full. America not doing the same kind of man marking, but they are trying to mark Coyne down there. Saba Darvis steps out. Kuipers down to Coyne. Doesn't see an option. Passes it to Kuipers, goes for the shot. That shot's deflected off Team USA, saved. And it's a good stop by Pedersen again. Darvis goes wide, around the world, nothing. Liberty wants the CB spot as Darvis will come off, Amidovic will go in. Liberty trying to direct his offense. Stromberg alone, they're not pressuring him right now. Amidovic goes to Liberty, back to Amidovic, jump, and he stopped the shot. Unfortunately, he bobbled the dribble. So if you have your dribble and you jump, while you're coming down, you are well within your rights to dribble the ball. It's kind of like a fake shot. Wasn't able to connect there as Team Canada does send one through. Amidovic, jump shot, goal. And Coyne slow to get up, but he's joining his team. Belanger dishes the pivot, goal, goes under Pedersen. For a great goal for Team Canada there. That was number 9, Noah Parmentier. Hodderson having some discussions with Amidovic. Out to Liberty. He goes up to Stromberg. Now Coyne is man marking Amidovic. And it looks like Bastille is also trying to stay on the center back. They dish down, Amidovic goes around, and he will get a 7 for his efforts as Coyne pulls a little too hard on that jersey. And Samuel Hodderson to step up for Team USA. Hodderson is their go-to man for sevens, and he doesn't get it there, gets the rebound, jump shot, Goal on the rebound. Team USA handing it to Canada 24-12. That means the score doubled. Coin now, Belanger, they're trying to stop the bleeding, see if they can't retort immediately. And I see up in the, nearly in the bleachers with Cyrus Mosani is warming up. I'm certain that we'll see some minutes out of him here soon. Kuipers tries to dish to the pivot, Surson eats it up. Breakaway, Donlin. Donlin to Reed. Reed, one jump, not even a jump, as Team Canada had pulled their goalie, and they'll pay for it on that one. By set out of position, I think. I said pulled, but he was down here on the bottom of the court. Not sure what happened there with Team Canada's planning. Kuipers into Coin. Kuipers back to Coin. Donlin, Surson, stop it. Parmeter. There at pivot. Tries to find an opening. And Team Canada somehow comes away with that one. And against the grain shot by number 7, Nathan Belanger. And Hodderson with the immediate response. Team USA not letting off the gas at all here in Sioux City. Team Canada now checking in some new faces. Jackson Howden taking up the pivot position. Out to the left, number 43, Clement Deboge. He had a few minutes in the first half that I can remember. He played a little bit last time too. He's one of Canada's younger players. And that'll be a hard foul by number 21, Amara Midovic, as Team Canada will go to the 7 spot. Stepping in to take is number 22, Pierre-Alexandre Coin. Pierre Coin had a bit of a cult following in the YouTube live chat during the NACHC Men's Championship back in May. Haven't seen any words from his friends or followers here so far, but he does sink that one. Goal for Coin, as Cyrus Mosani checks in between the sticks for the United States. Liberty down to Amidovic. Amidovic saw the interception coming. Liberty up wide. Liberty goes to Stromberg. Stromberg jump shot, Statue of Liberty. Goal for Joey Stromberg, goal for Team USA. Parmeter tries to find something, takes his dribble, he needs help. Canada can't give it to him. Stromberg with a strong man-mark defense there. It'll be Team Canada's ball, but that was almost a violation. Belanger, Parmeter out in right. Belanger is trying to use his backs. They're both not necessarily out of position, but they're not the main guys. And Cyrus Mosani will collect that shot after it goes behind the goal. Amidovic. Amidovic tries to break through. Almost breaks through. Doesn't get anything on it, though. Team Canada to collect the ball. That'll be Canada's possession. Parmeter goes up to Belanger. Goes over to Deboge. Back to Parmeter. Tries to break through. Doesn't get it. You may notice a lot of French names on this Canadian team. Canadian national team does choose a lot of their players from Quebec. They have a very strong club and a youth program there, leading to some of the highest level of play in Canada, although Canada works a little differently. So they have provincial federations for team handball in every single province of Canada. For those not in the know, that would be the equivalent of there being a federation in every state in America for the sport. There are some federations around the U.S., or attempts at federations, more of associations. Probably the most established being the Great Lakes Team Handball Association over there in the Ohio-Michigan area, which supports a lot of the local clubs there, as well as the Ohio State University Handball Club program. As Ty Reed tries to get the ball from Donlin, that's a live ball, and referee will call that one over. as we are getting ever so close to that 15-minute halftime marker. Neither team's called their timeout for the half yet. Both teams have 1 timeout per half and what's called the floating timeout that you can call whenever you need to or wherever you'd like. You only get 1 floating per game. It's not commonly used. Most of the time, that's a emergency one in case there's a really close game and you just need to talk to the guys for a few minutes. Canada now with a bit of a whirlwind set. Parmete goes to Belanger, tries to find something, goes out wide to the left. Belanger jump shot, and Masseni stops it. And Surson pops that one, but it was last touched by a Canadian player, so that'll be USA ball. Benjamin Liberty in at center back. Has some talks with Amidovic. Liberty porting for the pivot. He wants Donlin to move. Team Canada playing a 5-1 set. You'll see Liberty's marked there, as they're also popping out on Stromberg quite a bit. More of a 4-2 at this point. Stromberg looks across for Amidovic. Amidovic is alone, 2-on-2 with Donlin. 1-2 jump shot, goal. Amar Amidovic with a resounding shot. Now Team Canada. Belanger goes out, finds DeBouge. They're in no hurry now as they set their offense, discussing amongst themselves what they want to do. DeBouge now on the empty cross, takes his dribble, 1-2, passes down, Parmete passes down to the wing shot, and that'll be a goal. That'll be a good one. That's number 6, Matthew Coghill with the goal for Canada. 16-28 here, USA leads by 12. Liberty down to Amidovic. And that'll be a Donlin cross. Donlin down to Stromberg. Back to Liberty. Amidovic, Liberty trying to find space. Stromberg, 1-on-1, 1-on-2. And that'll be a save as Donlin tries to get a jump shot in. Referee will call that one in. And now the Boj down to Parmete. And Donlin with the interception. Breakaway Hodderson. Hodderson on 1-2 jump shot. And ooh, a save by Vicette. A save by Vicette as Hodderson almost takes the goal down with him. And Team Canada now, they tried to go to their wing, couldn't find anything. DeBouge on the left. Andrea Louise checks in at center back. DeBouge, Louis, Parmete. I do not speak French. Canada goes for the empty cross. They find it. Donlin disrupts it, and that ball is bobbled. Parmete collects. And jump shot. No, and it's kept out by Cyrus Masseni. A great last-second fall-down save there as Masseni saw it coming. Amidovic out to Stromberg, finds Reed at the wing, Reed at the wing, Reed at the goal. Team USA. America's searching for 30. They got 40 last time, and they've got 14 minutes left to do it. I'll give you guys a little bit of a quick tip on handball. It is possible, obviously, never probable, but it's always possible if you want to mount a comeback. The amount of minutes left is about the time, or about the amount of goals you can come back by. So if there's 5 minutes left and you're down by 6, the door is closing, but it's not shut. As Amidovic gets an interception, Surson passes it back to Amidovic, and there we go. USA 30, Team Canada 16. And there you have it. Coach Latulippe will call the first timeout of the half for Team Canada. Let's hear a little bit about Sioux City from the American team's perspective.
Sioux City, it's been amazing. Everyone's kind and they're all cheering on the U.S., so it's been an amazing experience so far.
Sioux City's been awesome. The people here have been very welcoming. They're excited about these games, so it's just happy to be in a community that is excited to watch United States play.
I don't think we could have picked a more gracious host, and for what they've done, it's been unbelievable.
Handball, very famously in the Anglophone world, is that sport with the sticky stuff on the ball. What's up with that? Well, it's called resin or glue, and it's predominantly used in the top level, so either men's professional or high-level men's club divisions here in the U.S. use it in order to help with handling the ball. If you can palm a basketball, you can imagine, okay, well, big guys can do that. But the reality is that even for taller guys, even with guys with bigger grips, you can do a lot with the glue, right? You can do spin shots. You can throw it a lot harder, a lot faster. So the glue really helps speed up the game at that level. In the United States, glue is used in most men's amateur tournaments, as well as in the national championship tournament held every year by Team USA. But yes, they are using glue here today. Different players have different preferences on the amount of glue. As a pivot, I can say pivots love it when it's absolutely covered in the thing. Makes it really easy for us to catch just about anything on our fingertips. If you're a line player or the 3 back players, you might not be as happy to have as much glue on, but overall, it's definitely an asset. It's definitely important that at the highest levels you have it. As Team Canada sails one in there. As Team Canada sails one in there. They'll get 17 on the board. Team USA starts again. And the captain is retaken to the field, Ian Hoyter. Hoyter goes down to Amidovic, calls for the empty cross. That's Charlie Jones, now there in CB, number 11. Amidovic goes down to the pivot. Hanyati finds him, and Hanyati's wrapped up by 3 Canadian defenders. Amidovic finds Hoyter, finds Jones on the side. Back to Amidovic. He goes down to Hodderson at the wing. Hodderson at the wing gets it to go. Sam Hodderson has been on fire for this entire tournament so far. He's making the Canadian 1 defender really fight for it, as Team Canada now sets up for their own attack. Andrea Louis in the middle. Goes to Deboj. Deboj can't do nothing. Good stop by Charlie Jones. Down the middle, Parmete. Parmete, he's squared up on Surson. He doesn't want that mark. He can't get around Surson. Jump shot by Deboj, and it's blocked. It's blocked, and defense from behind by Clement Deboj. Apologies, that's Andrea Louis. Will cause a timeout as he pulled down Amidovic. Amidovic is able to get up on his own pressure, though, continue the game. However, Andrea Louis will be sent off for a 2-minute. That's a 2-minute on number 13, Andrea Louis. And the court officials will come out to wipe up any wet spots, as Cyrus Massani will start the attack. Amidovic maybe overplayed that one a little bit, but I don't personally like being pulled down from behind, so I can understand it. Hoyter goes for the empty cross. He gets it, and he stands up. I thought he was going to go through with momentum. He didn't do that. And the U.S. will get a foul for their efforts. Referee points, and yep, that'll be a 7. Hard defense by Team Canada on the back of Hoyter, as once again Hodderson steps up to take. And it looks like Visset wanted some extra time. Hodderson, it's not going to matter. Samuel Hodderson, 33 USA, 17 Team Canada, with a minute 15 left in their 2-minute. Colton Kuipers now back on the field. Kuipers will go back into the left back spot. That's Andrea Louis in the middle, with Parmentier down at the right wing spot, right back spot. Louis at the Parmentier. Pivot cross. Back to back around the world. Kuipers tries to get through, isn't able to do it. Surson locks him up. Team Canada not able to find anything right now. Passive is up. That's one pass, jump, and shot blocked. Cyrus Massani keeps it out. Team USA comes away from a pretty desperate-looking Canadian attack there. Hoyter now goes up to Jones, down to Amidovic. Hoyter's pointing. He wants Hanyati to move. Down to the wing, Ty Reed. Oh, and it goes wide. Tyree tried to wrap it around just a little early on the release. Now, once again, Andrea Louis will start the attack for Team Canada. He's got Kuipers out to his left. Canada playing a deep offensive line, trying to avoid getting pressure from that American defense. And Parmatea goes for the shot. He gets it past the American defense. Goal for Team Canada. As the referees have a bit of a wait. Nobody wanted to collect the ball. Team Canada obviously not going to get it to the U.S. fast. And play continues. Got Charlie Jones up top. Now Amidovic in the middle. Goes down to Hoyter. Amidovic, man marked. I believe that's by Bastille. No, Nicolas Chassé. And Chassé pressuring Hoyter. Down to Jones, and Jones will get us 9 for his efforts. Hoyter passes down to Midovic and misses the pass. Now the ball with Canada goes to Kuipers. Kuipers, a bit of a neck wrap, but he gets past it, and that'll be a goal by Colton Kuipers. Trying to do everything he can to keep this Team Canada side in here. Now Jones, Amidovic. Checking in on the left, none other than U.S. Army West Point legend, Gary Williams. Team Canada pressuring hard on this U.S. backline. And Charlie Jones tries to go through. He'll earn a 9 for his efforts. Hanyadi to restart. Amidovic looking, doesn't see Hanyadi, he was open. And Hoyter finds Hanyadi. Hanyadi finds the back of the net. Another goal for Team USA. Now, one of the interesting things about handball is there is no such thing as a backcourt violation. And it does play a part a little bit, especially when a team is playing a very hard man-on press or a 3-3 press. You can travel anywhere on your side or on the opposing side with the ball. There's no such thing as a backcourt. USA tries, jumps, gets through. That's Amidovic. A little bit of a desperation foul. Or a desperation shot. I know what he was doing there. He was trying to draw the foul if it didn't go in. Doesn't need to, though it did. Belanger now back at center back. Coyne down on right. And down at Canada's right wing, number 77, Antoine Hu. Colton Kuipers now. Kuipers tries to get through. Massani stops it. Canada rebound. Canada shot, and it goes over. It'll be Canada's ball, though. USA a little too hard a defense for the referee's likings. Belanger with the ball in the middle. He'll go to Coyne. They set their pivot. Kuipers. Kuipers tries to go through Hanyadi, and he gets a 9 for his efforts. Ball bouncing around, Team Canada. Not moving with any gusto here. They're just trying to get the play right. Getting a play right is always better than getting a play fast. Coyne to Belanger. Can't get around Surson, goes to Coyne, goes down to the wing, that's Huel. Huel, Coyne. And Belanger bobbles it. Kuipers recovers. Passive is up. Kuipers. All right, we're on passive. I believe there hasn't been a pass since passive. So they've still got 5. However, the throw in to start does count as 1. And the referee signals to bring out the court official to clear a wet spot. As we await that, we'd like to once again thank our partners at Explore Siouxland, who want to say welcome to Siouxland for all of our visitors here today. Thank you for being here as part of Team Handball's Pan American Qualifiers between Team USA and Team Canada. From great restaurants and shopping to exciting attractions, entertainment, outdoor adventures, and more, there's plenty to see and do throughout the Siouxland area. Whether you're looking for a great meal after the competition, something fun to do with your teammates, or a place to relax and enjoy the area, Siouxland has you covered. Make the most of your visit, experience all that the Siouxland community has to offer, and create some great memories while you're here. If you're interested in visiting, you can go ahead and visit exploresiouxland.com or follow them on Facebook to learn more. Hoyter out to Phillips in the middle. Phillips jump shot, a crossbody jump shot, and it's good to go. Gary Phillips on the board for the U.S. That'll be 36-19. Coyne doesn't go to Houle. He looked at him. Coyne jump shot, and Masseny keeps it out. I believe that might have been off the woodwork, but I'll go ahead and give him credit. Masseny's hand got to where it would have been had it not hit that woodwork. Amidovic now. Hoyter. Charlie Jones up top. And Henyati with the pivot cross. Doesn't see an opening. It ends up in Jones's hands, back to Hoyter. Jones now. Down to Amidovic. Amidovic tries to go around, and not quite. That'll be a 9 for America's efforts. Amidovic. Jump shot. And it's stopped. Vicette gets a save on that one. Straight above the goalie's head. He'll get that in most situations as Team Canada goes down to the pivot and gets past Masseny. Goal for Team Canada. That'll put him at 20. Hodderson down low with the ball as the back line for USA Team Handball gets set. Amidovic now at the CB spot. Hoyter pressured by Coyne. Henyati at pivot. Hoyter behind the back pass to Hodderson. Gets it to go. That's a highlight reel goal right there. And Canada will restart the attack as I do believe, yes, that'll be the second timeout of the half for Team Canada as Christian Latulippe wants to give his guys a couple words of encouragement here. Well, let's go ahead and hear from Team USA on their thoughts on Sioux City.
Sioux City, it's been amazing. Everyone's kind and they're all cheering on the U.S., so it's been an amazing experience so far.
Sioux City's been awesome. The people here have been very welcoming. They're excited about these games, so it's just happy to be in a community that is excited to watch United States play.
I don't think we could have picked a more gracious host, and for what they've done, it's been unbelievable.
Well, as we get closer and closer to the end of this one, as a reminder, the next game for this Team USA side will be in the 2027 World Men's Handball Championship over in Germany, Kiel, Germany. They'll be taking on Denmark, the reigning world champion. If you're interested in seeing more handball or being involved in more handball, you can go ahead and check out USA Team Handball on Instagram and Facebook. We've got daily content posted around the clock from all of our national team sides. That includes a men's and women's indoor side, men's and women's beach side, and a wheelchair side as well. The wheelchair side we're very proud of was able to come home with some silverware after the, I believe the first wheelchair handball championship, world championship that this U.S. side has ever competed in. As Ian Hoyter starts the attack, Amidovic goes through, jump shot, and no, that'll be called a charge. A charge on Amidovic will negate the athletic goal he gets there. Kuipers now. Belanger stops the attack, doesn't like what he sees. Gets it down to Parmentier. Belanger, Team USA now pressuring up hard on Kuipers and the CB spot. And Masseny will stop that one. Hoyter now on the attack. Amidovic goes all the way up to Charlie Jones. Down to, oh no, not down to Amidovic. He misses that pass, finds Hoyter, who finds Hodderson. Hodderson, Hoyter, Kempa goal! We call it an alley-oop on this side of the Atlantic. The rest of the world calls it a Kempa. And Canada with the response goal by Belanger. We are now under 2 minutes of this one, about to be under 1 minute on this one. And I think the guys are going to try for some more athletic stuff here just like that. What a great goal for Team USA, though. Wow. And as the PA announcer is getting the crowd riled up here, Team Canada, another goal. That'll put them at, I believe, 22 now. And the referee says, hey, guys, we're still playing handball. We're still playing handball. You have to go back to the line for the restart. And as I'm sure you guys can hear on the broadcast, but the crowd is getting loud now. Charlie Jones up top, back to Hoyter. Hoyter to Jones. Jones, jump shot, jump goal! As USA Team Handball equals their score from yesterday, 25 seconds to go in this one. And the USA chant has started. They're playing a high line. Pierre Coyne goes down, and Team Canada gets that one to go. 10 seconds left. Is the US gonna beat their score from yesterday? Hoyter down, and no, it's called over. It's called over as the game ends. There you have it. Team USA able to equal out the score from their game yesterday. Team Canada able to put 4 more on the board as your final score here at the Longlines Auditorium in Sioux City, Iowa. USA Team Handball 40, Team Canada 22. And that'll make the final from this tournament, USA 80, Canada 40. The United States will go on. They have qualified for Lima, Peru. As for Team Canada, they'll be packing their bags, but they'll have a couple other competitions coming up soon as well. And let's go ahead and hear from the court as I'll drop my sound and pull up the court mic.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the Canadian and USA teams heading to Sioux City, Iowa. And now we would like to present to the MVPs of the tournament. First of all, to the Canadian player of the tournament, number 22, Pierre Alexander Coyne.
For those of you at home, the Canadian player of the tournament has been Pierre Alexander Coyne. And the Team USA player of the tournament presented to number 33, Samuel Hodderson.
Team USA will be signing autographs on the floor.
And thus concludes our broadcast here at KCAU 9+, as well as online at USA Team Handball YouTube account. Well, this has been a bar murder 2-game series as USA Team Handball defeats Canada. As a reminder, my name is Kurt Schaefer. It's been a pleasure and an honor to be the voice of Team USA for this tournament. And signing off, we will